Here we go, Luke. Oh, it's an M. My mistake. Hello, podcast listeners. This is WePodNow, if I remember correctly. That's what this is, right?
That is what this is.
That's our best opening ever.
That was actually super good. I got chills. The theme of this episode is dietary restrictions.
Ugh.
What are you, Michelle Obama or something?
That's my job every day.
Holy crap, it is. I had no idea how relevant that was. That was not on purpose.
Today I had to,
Topical.
talk to this guy. His name is He's been into the... sorry, I should not talk about... Never
You really
mind.
shouldn't.
I could not. Never mind. No, okay, sorry.
My goodness, that was almost really bad.
Well, okay, delete that.
We're like 2 minutes in and we already have our edit that out moment.
So, some events have happened since our last episode. Last week.
I was on it this
A
time.
lot of things. A lot of things have happened since last week. We had an engagement.
Humble brag.
Yeah, I guess it was me.
No,
Actually,
it was Luke.
actually,
Now it's me.
wait, what did that mean?
We talked about Luke last time. Now we talk about
Yeah. Episode 4, we had, between 3 and 4, we had an engagement that week. And then between 4 and 5, which is where we are now, yes, we're on episode 5, we had 2 more members of the WePodNow team got engaged. Holy crap.
Time flies.
So I think we're seeing a pattern. Anyone who's on WePodNow
Gets engaged.
So
But
I
it's
mean,
between episodes, so like the next episode could be like 10 years from now.
No,
actually,
it's next week.
1 week from now, John. What are you talking about?
These are weekly uploads.
John, I think you're a week away from getting engaged. Congratulations.
Wow.
That's exciting.
Another thing that happened, I have this on the list. I'm not really sure if it'll translate very well.
Probably should have written it in English then.
I have the I have the talent show written down.
No, we're not talking about that.
Emily got really sick of talking about the talent show because
Really, no one ever talked to me about the talent show. Like, I'm ready.
Yeah,
No.
we hardly got any recognition. Anyway, we didn't do a good enough setup for that to talk about it right now at all. So let's just move on. All of us graduated from college.
Yeah.
All
Last
of us.
week.
Since last week.
Yep.
It's been a busy week.
That's actually
Busy week.
factual, though.
And I have pod point distributions written down. I don't remember who I was going to... Oh, yeah! Okay, Emily, this week you earned 0 pod points. That brings your total to 1.
You're very echoey again. So am I.
Oh, you're right. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna...
I turned reverb on so that we'd have, sound like we were in a big audience.
Thank you. Luke, you earned 0 pod points.
Yes.
Bringing your total to... Do you know what it is? You have 1 pod point. John gets 3 pod points.
No, he does
Okay,
not.
I feel like
Yes,
this
he
is the same
does.
thing that happened in Harry Potter. The whole semester, everyone's getting like 5 points for stuff, and then Dumbledore shows up at the end, and whoever he wants to win, he just gives as many as he wants.
Oh my god! Well, the thing is that special guests, I think, automatically earn 3 points.
No.
Guys, let's just not be jealous.
He has to work for him. What did he actually do?
I slaved over my point.
Me too.
You guys didn't even know that the point system existed.
Doesn't mean I didn't try.
I bet the points are just like coal mines in the 1800s, so you can only use it at the company store.
Oh my god, what does that even mean?
I get it. I'm cultured. Thank you.
Yeah, get cultured, Brian.
Okay, fine. Okay, so let's not be jealous that John now has 3 pod points. You guys have way more time to catch up.
You have 0.
Okay. I have 0. I'm actually going to be rewarding myself
No, you're not.
Okay.
You're
5
zero.
pod points this episode.
I'm also going to be
I'm gonna go get a
rewarding
snack. I
myself.
don't even care.
No. I literally thought that there was going to be an outburst on that one.
I get 10 pod points.
Okay, fine. If you were in charge of a mint, we would have a huge inflation problem. That's what you're doing right now. I'm negating. Okay, I didn't actually reward myself 5 points.
I'll loan out my pod points at interest if I can do that.
WePodNow app talk. Go.
Yuck. Originally, it was just called endorsements.
I've got an app.
It doesn't have to be an app, but Emily has an app to endorse. So what is it?
Okay. Imagine you're just a school kid walking around. All of a sudden, you see a portal, and it sucks you in. And all of a sudden, you're in a different world. And there's boys everywhere. And they want you to design clothes. And you can date all of them and make clothes. And it's great.
Whoa.
It's called Romantic Diary. And it's so fun.
Sounds pretty good. Have to check.
Is this how you got engaged?
No. But you go to different levels, and there's hilarious story because nobody knows English who made this.
Is it a Japanese game?
Yeah, it's a Japanese game, and it's just so hilarious because it's so poorly written. But the levels are really fun, and the art's really good, and you just make clothes, and then you get stuff, and then you use the stuff to win over your boyfriend.
Sounds like the game for us.
This is so reminiscent of when Emily was talking about Animal Boyfriend.
Oh, that game was crap. This game is actually good.
I feel like that was episode 2 or something
This
like that.
game is actually good.
This game's actually good.
Yeah.
You're just walking around. Did you begin this story by saying you were a little kid?
Yeah. You're
Well, I was
school
gonna
kid,
say
is what you said.
schoolgirl, but then I know I would have lost you.
Yeah, that's when you lost us. Probably the part when you said you could date any of the boys.
Anyway, that's my endorsement.
Good endorsement. What was it called again?
Romantic Diary. I don't know why it's called that.
Diary. Okay.
And you can work
my-
and go to school. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. Good, thank you. My endorsement is Familiar Lilt. It's a Twitter account. And have any of you heard about this?
Nope.
Not even John?
That's not a familiar lilt to me.
My goodness. Okay. It's a Twitter account. I'll link it in the description. I should probably start linking everything that we endorse in the description. But it's a Twitter account that my brother made. It's
Oh, I know about this.
Yes. He released it. It's a text adventure Twitter account. So if you have Twitter, you can go on it, you can tweet to it and be like, look around the room, and it'll tell you where you are. And it's just a text adventure game. But there's some like new things that are like inside it. He's got different robots that are actually walking around in the world. It's really cool. In fact, he's got one Twitter account communicating with it at all times. It's called the Lilt Wanderer, and I found this today. It just tweets a random action and a random noun, and it just kind of walks around the world and interacts with it. Most of the things that it does don't work, but that's just part of what makes it so funny.
Interesting.
Have to check that out.
Yeah, that's a good endorsement.
Thank you. Wow.
You're welcome.
John or Luke have anything to endorse?
Blender.
Oh,
The 3D image editing app.
yes.
For Haley and my's wedding topper, we wanted to do something interesting and free. So,
Holy crap.
I 3D modeled the Japanese characters for husband and wife,
Oh my
and
gosh.
then I
Dude.
made it 3D, and then I saved it as a file. I emailed it to my brother, and 3 hours later, I had a printed version of it.
Holy crap! I want to see that.
You should send me that mesh. That's super interesting. I didn't know that you had ever even tried 3D modeling.
I hadn't. So I'm
Cool.
endorsing it because it was surprisingly easy.
Yeah, Blender is super awesome. They even have a 2D free
2D.
software version. They also have a 2D animation free software one. It's called Pencil. It's not as good as Blender, obviously, but
Right.
that's an awesome company.
Yeah, I was so confused by Blender, but starting to figure things out was fun.
Yeah.
So that's my endorsement. I sent you a picture of the final product.
Okay.
Oh.
I'll put it on the podcast. John, what are you endorsing?
I'd like to endorse the webcomic Buttersafe. That's my favorite webcomic. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
What is it?
Butter safe?
Buttersafe. Like the word butter and the word safe, like something you'd put money in. So it's the one, I don't know if you've ever seen where the guy wanders into like the 7 depths of hell or something, and the monster's like, "How did you get here, mortal?" And he's like, "I'm not a clever man."
I have seen that one. I think that one's super famous.
That's by far my favorite webcomic.
That's awesome. I opened it up on the website here. I think I'm gonna look at that after this.
It's a good one. It's one of the higher quality ones.
Good round of endorsements, everyone. Romantic diary. Anyway.
It's good. You haven't even tried it.
You're right. I haven't even tried it.
Just wait until you date all the boys.
Yeah, just wait. There's even a girl you can date.
Scandalous.
Okay, guys, we're into the main portion of the show. That's the random discussion topic portion. So if anyone actually wrote anything down, and anyone's really excited to talk about something, they could bring something up at this point.
I actually had a few things written down.
John.
Guys,
I gave this guy 3 pod points for a reason, alright? You about to hear this topic? This topic's gonna be amazing.
I've actually got a selection of topics.
Whoa.
Kind of choose your own adventure.
No
What?
way.
I was thinking about corn-based plastics,
Okay,
handshakes, citation style guides,
alright,
and one other thing. Oh, the volcano Krakatoa.
Krakatoa.
Krakatoa?
Yeah, that one, Krakatoa.
Isn't that
Have
from
you never
SpongeBob?
seen SpongeBob?
Now there's a topic.
I have seen SpongeBob.
Squidward yells Krakatoa. Very pronounced.
Tower.
Toa.
Tower.
Toa.
It's Tower. I bet you.
Alright, well, the fact that you don't know either ruins my whole point, so maybe I'm wrong. Okay, you just read them all off. That kind of ruins everything.
I said it was choose your adventure.
Oh. I was really uninterested in corn-based plastics, so let's go for that one.
That's probably your safest bet. I bet you 3 of those doors would have killed us right off.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, that's what happened in those books.
John, do you have like something that you were actually going to kick this topic off with, or do you want us to just talk about them?
Oh no, I didn't. That was just a decoy topic.
Oh.
Just I
Guys,
never
I
had
think-
anything planned for that.
I think I chose the wrong door.
I think we need to spite him and actually talk about this extensively.
You would think if plastic was made out of corn, you could eat it.
I know it's biodegradable. That's all I know
So
about
you
it.
can
How
eat it.
many things do we have today that are corn-based plastics? What can't you do with corn? I mean, you can make bread.
Put some honey on it.
I mean, you're missing a tooth. You can add a little glue. Got yourself a new one.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that topic's so dead immediately. Alright, I mean, that was John's turn. Let's go on to me. Alright, ready? Think about this. We are 22 years old, all of us, every single one. That's 8 twos. We're recording this right now. We're putting this on YouTube. Think about your parents, alright? They never did this when they were younger. We have no access to like any of their conversations, audio files of those things. Our kids someday are going to be able to listen to this.
They won't want to.
They won't want to, but
they
the thing is
could.
that it exists.
Yeah,
And
No
that's
one will
like
go on YouTube by that time.
that's awful.
that's a really good point too. I mean, like YouTube doesn't need to be popular at that point, but it'll still exist.
That's what
We'll
we should
still
talk
have-
about. Why do people use Vimeo? That's an old discussion.
Vimeo's got some uses, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's got all
For,
the
like,
hipster,
bands. Yeah.
artsy people on it.
Yeah,
Is that the only reason why it's surviving?
I think so.
Because like, if you see something on Vimeo, you're like, wow, this is quality.
Usually.
But really, like, 20 years from now, some of us will have children, maybe. And
Way to be subtle about it.
and they're gonna have this available to them. So it's Luke. You
Yes,
could say
hello.
something to your future son right now.
I mean, you can technically do that anytime. They had audio recording equipment in the early 1900s that they probably could have done the same thing with. I don't think
The
it's
point
that
is,
special.
right here, right now, WePodNow, episode 5, Luke has a message for his future son.
Not gonna do this.
You're not gonna do that.
Not gonna
My
do
guess
this.
is it would be something like always have a snack.
Always have
I mean,
snack.
that is good advice.
Although obesity rates are way up in the future.
Are you calling my son fat?
I might. I shouldn't even say anything. What if he is?
Dude, he can beat you up, and he's 20, and you're 40.
I think a lot of 40-year-olds could actually beat me up at this point.
But the other way.
I don't doubt.
Yeah, but he's
that.
gonna be my size, not your size.
Oh, he's gonna be a brute.
Thanks.
He's gonna be Wells sized. Emily, do you have any? Did this spur any thoughts in your mind?
Nope.
Good job.
Wow. Just nope. Luke, do you have a topic?
I mean, I have tons of things to talk about, but I don't think they're interesting.
Me neither. Emily, do you have anything to talk about? You guys didn't write down anything on your list.
I wrote down all kinds of stuff.
Yes, you did, John. Old faithful John earning his 3 points. Everyone's mad about it. But look, this is the reason why he gets them. Okay?
You came up with that after the fact.
I think that we should make an official WePodNow game.
Sounds great. You should learn how to code in C# or Java.
Meh.
Brian asked me if I would code for his game he's working on, and I was like, because, you know, when Brian gets into things, he gets into them for like 2 weeks.
2
Yep.
weeks.
2 weeks.
Yep.
That's the number that everyone. That's the number everyone brings up. I actually have a Facebook message group with some people, and you know you can do like nicknames for people now. John, what's my nickname in that?
2-week fad man.
2 week fad man.
That's perfect.
Pretty accurate.
Hey, since we have a guest, I think we should utilize
Grill
our
him.
time.
Grill him.
Yeah, grilling them.
Emily, are you interested in John's life? Oh, you know what? A winning formula. The parts of the podcast that I like a lot in the past have been Emily getting frustrated with what we're doing, and then excitedly talking to the male that's not me. So, Emily,
that would
what
happen to
things are you
anyone.
dying to know about John?
I already know everything there is to know.
Whoa.
I don't know how to feel about that.
Well,
This
I think she thinks you're two-dimensional.
no, I don't.
Flat and static character.
No.
Yeah,
I think
one-
that.
On one hand, I feel like it's there's nothing to me, or on the other hand, it's Brian tells her lots of things about me.
Yeah,
Could be.
I really do.
I
I
hear.
really do.
I literally hear every day about how you're a cat and how you something else, mostly cat stuff.
Wow, I don't know if I want to be on this podcast anymore.
That's
Well,
fair.
you're here. Luke, did you know that John is a cat?
I didn't.
I think it must have started back in freshman year.
No, I think it was junior year of
What?
college.
Are you kidding me?
Which we graduated from a week ago.
Maybe. Whatever year it was, John at one point was laying on his back on the couch, and he was playing with the strings from the window. So that's what started it all. He became a cat, and every possible way that we could connect him to a cat from that point on, we did. And we've just kind of been referring to him as a cat. I'm gonna go change his nickname to the cat in that group. Okay, so check this out, guys. Let's talk about self-driving cars.
No.
Let's please talk about self-driving
Okay, while you
cars.
guys talk about this, I'm gonna go get some snacks.
Oh no. Wait, I'm gonna blow your mind. You ready?
You've already done that like 15
Check
times.
this out. No,
Whoa.
I've
Oh,
you've tried
I have
to.
specifically not said this thing to you, I'm pretty sure.
Why would you do that?
For this moment. Right now.
For the show.
Okay? So, I mean, I want to talk about, like, the more, like, things that I've gotten used to, already, thinking about self-driving cars. But this one, I guess I'll just start with it. Children are gonna be able to drive.
No, they're not. They're gonna be like, I'm gonna go to Hong Kong.
They won't need their parents to drive them around.
Nope.
Yeah, but they still can't just go anywhere they want.
Yeah.
You don't
Why
just send a
not?
3-year-old. You don't send a 3-year-old to the park by himself.
You don't, but what's stopping the kid from doing it?
There's gotta be
Parental
laws
locks.
against it.
Retina
There's gonna be laws
scans,
like having like
fingerprint
could you have like
scanners.
4 9-year-olds drive
Keys?
off together somewhere?
No, because they need a parent to watch over them. They can't just have 3 kids running around New York City because all of a sudden they want to go there randomly.
So are driver's licenses still gonna be a thing?
Yeah.
What happens
Yeah.
when the computer shuts off or something? You still have to be able to drive a car.
A self-driving car doctor will drive out to you and fix it.
That is unacceptable.
Okay, but how are those little kids gonna call the self-driving car doctor?
I don't know, but what does a driver's license test look like?
It just says, are you 18? Yes, no.
The same as it does now.
Can you read? Can you write? I don't know. Will writing even be around?
See? That's interesting.
Reading will.
Future.
It's
What-
funny because I was actually listening to a podcast today, and they were talking
See?
about self-driving cars.
John is such a connoisseur of podcasts. This is why we need him.
Yeah, he's better than us.
He's better than us.
Well, they were just talking about how cruise control is like the first step of a self-driving car in a sense.
So is a brick held down on a foot pedal. It's the same concept. I don't know.
It is.
I mean,
But does a brick remember 65 and then accelerate you back up to it if you press a button?
you could make
The
it.
brick just remembers floor it. So I guess
depending on how heavy the
floor it
brick
and then it
is.
goes back to floor it again.
You
Yeah.
could have a 65 mile an hour brick and then a faster brick and a slower brick, and you could exchange
Could you?
them.
Yeah.
You just have to find the right size brick.
I guess.
It'd
That'd
be weight,
hard.
yeah.
Yeah. It wouldn't be easy, but neither is cruise control.
I'd be able to figure out the brick thing first.
That's true.
The dangerous thing about the brick thing is if you drop the brick or something, or if the brick gets stuck, and then
You'd also probably want to set something up so that the brick deactivates when you brake, like a normal cruise control, like a string
Oh yeah.
or a lever of
you
some
could put
kind.
you could put a lever on the brake that pops the brick off.
This is so weird. This is so weird. But I love cruise control. Emily
I
doesn't.
hate it.
Why not, Emily?
Because it just makes me anxious. Like, oh God, I'm gonna not do something right. Okay, I'll just drive normally.
Has anyone ever felt that before?
No.
Never.
Can anyone relate to that at all?
I use cruise control to go 30 miles an hour on residential roads.
Same.
Why?
Yeah.
Because it's so good.
No.
You
You
just
don't
always use it.
It's like driving with only your hands then.
Yeah.
Well, what are your feet gonna do? They're gonna get bored. Might as well
They're
have something
going
to do.
get bored. Emily's gonna have an extremely buff right ankle.
I already
Because she's-
do.
I suppose. I'm interested in John's topic of handshakes.
I actually stole that from something else, probably from a
From another
webcomic.
podcast you were listening to?
I think it was actually from a webcomic.
Oh. What interesting things did you see about handshakes?
It was just like making fun of the whole like two people meet and it's like hi, and then let's touch hands to confirm that we just met
let's
each other.
attach two extremities.
Ew.
Two random extremities have to connect now.
That's gross.
Nice to meet you.
And mine's always
Yeah, it is
clammy and soggy.
Emily does not have a good future in shaking hands.
Actually, when I was at graduation, I felt overwhelmed by all the guys that I shook hands with that just crushed my hand, and I'm like, I don't want to have an aggressive handshake because I'm gonna hurt people.
Was this my graduation that you're talking about?
Yeah.
Who are you shaking
Okay,
hands with?
first of all, Haley's dad is
Okay.
like 6'6"
Yep.
and a farmer.
He talked to me.
His hand like dwarfs mine.
Luke, I know your father-in-law.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
mother-in-law.
that's weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
Pastor ridiculously
Really?
good grip. I think you just learned that from
Okay.
being a pastor. You shake hands all the time.
That's weird though. You shouldn't do that.
Yeah, no, because you want to shake hands, you want to react, so like you don't destroy some little old lady with arthritis's hand. But you also want to be firm to the, farmer who comes in and expects a firm handshake.
Yeah, but Pastor is not gonna think that I'm an old lady's hand can be crushed. He's like, this guy's taller than me. I can.
You need
Squeeze his
to
hand
make
dry.
yourself appear more dainty.
That's a little tough. Look at this.
You should work on that.
Look at this picture of me
Look at that picture. I'm gonna put that on screen at that
in
moment.
that suit. No.
Honestly though, every time you speak or like you like sigh, I see that face come up.
Yeah.
You always look angry. It's really funny. I like
Dude.
it.
I wonder if I can find the original picture because that's that dude's face.
Did you like pose?
Yeah, that's his face. I mimicked it.
That's so funny. Cause it works well. Anything else about handshakes?
There was this one president, I don't remember which one it was. I tried Googling to see if it could be. It might be, let's see, Woodrow Wilson. No, it might have been before him, like McKinley, who apparently was really good at shaking the hands of like a big long line of people. So like he could go to an event and shake like hundreds of hands because he'd like shake it and pull them through, and so they wouldn't be able to stop him like and talk to him because he was so
Okay.
aggressive with the pull through.
Hmm.
But at the same time, it really like endeared him to the people.
What a guy. And then he got shot.
That makes sense. Cause he connected
Exactly.
with more people. That's weird though.
And that's that like touching extremities thing again.
Well, in the end, what do we talk about other than touching extremities?
Makes a good point.
It's in the media. It's in celeb news.
It's all over the media.
That's all it is, really. Sometimes I can make sound waves look like extremities. Oh. Oh, that was a perfect one. That was literally a perfect one. Ding, 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 ding. Guys, we've made it. We've made it to the final segment.
Yay.
It's the game segment.
Oh, nice.
And we're doing something different this time. We're changing it up. Instead of trivia, we're doing Would You Rather. John, do you have a Would You Rather for us?
I actually do. I was thinking about this earlier today. Would you rather be a celebrity of some fame so that a lot, people recognize you if you're on TV or if you're at an event, or would you rather be the person who all the celebrities know, but the average person maybe doesn't know? So like, you're a guy who he associates with all the celebrities and famous people.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I went ice skating with Brad Pitt, or I went skydiving with George Clooney. But like to the average person, they don't recognize you
They
because
don't
you
know you.
haven't actually done anything like on screen or anything.
I'd rather actually have done something and feel proud of myself.
I'm on the opposite side.
Wow. Shallow.
Shallow? What do you mean? Wait, Emily. You want to walk into a room and everyone's like, "Wow, it's Emily! I recognize her because she was the mom on this show."
Oh wait, can you say the question again? I think I'm
I
really
think that
confused.
your choice was the shallow one.
No. I think here's the way I look at it. So if you're taking the approach that Emily did, it's like you're at a like say the White House Correspondents' Dinner or something like that, and you walk into the room and there's a camera on you, and all these celebrities come up to you and shake your hand and greet you like they know you're like you're their best friend because you've done things with them in the past, but you've never actually, made a movie or been on a TV show. So all the people watching you on TV who see you come to this event are like, who's that guy? Everyone seems to know him, but I don't know him. And then they dismiss you. They're like, I'm more interested in what Brangelina is doing. But you're actually, friends with all
But
these
you're hot
people and you've done
stuff.
cool. Yeah, you're really cool, but no one knows you are.
That's my choice.
See, but you said you wanted to just be famous and recognized.
No, that was Emily. Right?
Whatever choice makes the best memories.
Okay. That can
Wow.
be said about any single one. For example, would you rather steal an elderly woman's purse or tell 10 orphans that Christmas is
The
canceled?
second one.
No, steal a purse. The elderly lady's gonna die any second, and you could use the money.
Alright.
I feel like
I've
this
got
is
a good
a.
one.
Oh,
No, we're not done. Okay, first of all, telling 10 orphans that Christmas is canceled. Easy stuff. I would forget about it the next day. No big deal. They're orphans anyway. Okay? If I steal the elderly woman's purse, she probably has some like birthday cards in there with like $10 each.
Well, I'd mail them.
I could gain some money.
No, mail them off.
Okay? These orphans have nothing for me. This elderly woman does. I'm stealing the purse.
Good. Good job.
That's you?
No, I was just sarcastically praising you for your choice.
Okay.
it's a bad choice.
What? You want to tell the orphans?
Yeah,
Christmas is the most important thing.
you can't cancel
If you
Christmas.
don't tell the okay, we have to just say that Christmas is canceled though. So if you don't tell the orphans that Christmas is canceled, do they just get to the day and suddenly there is no Christmas?
Are you?
No, there'll be a Christmas because you're just telling them. You're not like their caretaker or anything. So you tell them that, you leave, December 25th rolls around, and they're like, wow, that guy was a jerk.
I'll
And then
just
they
say
hate
it
you.
to
Wow,
them.
that guy was a jerk.
Well, what's the
Maybe
difference?
you
You
could just
steal
say it
and.
as like a joke, like, "Hey kids, Christmas is canceled," and then you leave, and they're like, "Who's that guy?"
Yeah, and like, how old are these
Everyone's
kids that they
so
don't have a
confused.
concept of Christmas already?
I want that purse.
See, if you steal the purse, everyone knows you're a jerk. It's not just, 9 orphans.
Everyone who sees. And what if you wear a mask?
You don't think you'll get caught?
I don't think I'm getting caught.
What if you come home and your mom's like, where'd you get this purse? That doesn't look like Emily's. And then
I
you're
will
like,
have discarded. I will have discarded the outer layer of the purse, which is the purse, and extracted the contents of what I want.
So when you mail these birthday cards to their recipients, and they're all the friends of this old lady, and they call the police, and the police are like, oh, we can dust those stamps for fingerprints because whoever sent these probably left some forensic evidence on there, and then they track you down.
Now, Emily's the one that she said that she would send them, and now that I think about it, I would send them too, but not with the money in them. So the cards would just the cards would all have like the little insert gift pockets here with nothing in them. Have you guys received like a card lately? Maybe it has something to do with a graduation or something. Maybe you've graduated recently. Like the actual cards now have little like labels, instructions that say insert gift here. Have you seen that?
No.
Yeah.
I think it's so weird.
My parents didn't get me anything for graduation. I think they
Aw.
forgot.
Oh my gosh. You should ask your brother if he got anything.
I know he did. But that was 6 years ago.
Maybe it's still coming. Maybe it's part of the wedding.
Maybe. Yeah. But like, I didn't have a graduation. I didn't go to graduation, so I think it just sort of slipped their mind.
I forgot to mention that in the introduction. Luke's like 10 days away from getting married.
Yeah, in a week.
Crazy. I've always had plans to have Haley on the podcast, but it hasn't happened yet.
Would you rather use eye drops made of vinegar or toilet paper made from sandpaper?
Holy goodness. Definitely something that doesn't do damage to my eyes.
Eye drops.
Oh yeah. No, that's the sandpaper butthole scenario is way better than the eyes one. Is anyone against that?
I would go vinegar. I think
Are you serious?
it's not as long lasting. I don't think vinegar would like permanently damage your eyes doing it
Well,
once.
in the same case, sandpaper's not permanently damaging your anus, but
It really might.
but
What grade is the sandpaper?
yeah, what grade, Emily?
Is it like real?
The
Is this like
top
a
grade.
really
Are we
fine?
talking about a 9?
Yeah, what's the grit on
Yeah.
the sandpaper?
Super grit.
I think the fine would actually be worse.
No. Think about having jagged rocks in your butt, John.
Let's talk about
Would you-
something else.
But Luke, which one would you go for?
Suicide. Option 3.
Suicide.
That's always an option.
Because isn't there like the potential of going blind with the vinegar?
I found a YouTube video of a guy pouring vinegar in his eye.
You're just actively looking up everything as we go. That's perfect.
Yeah, it can break up your inner eye structure.
Yeah, I'm not cool with that. If there was like something that would break up the inner structure of my butt, maybe that would be better to compare this to.
Okay, here's what I would do. I go with the toilet paper, just don't use it. There you go. There you go.
See, that's what I was thinking.
Ew.
No one can prove. Well, they could smell you probably.
Dude, what?
Yuck.
You could use the backside of the sandpaper though.
John wins.
Perfect.
John.
Yeah, that was a faulty would you rather. Everyone's going to
Okay.
the butthole.
Yuck.
Okay, this is just interesting. I'm on a website. It says, would you rather be a prince/princess? So I'm not sure if that's like a man and woman combined into one. But the other option interests me even more. Be a mermaid/man. So I think the choice is like, do you want to be a mermaid or a man?
No, it's if you're a boy, you get to be a prince or a merman. If you're a girl, you get to be a princess or a mermaid. Are you
It doesn't say
stupid?
merman though. So I'm gonna go with be a mermaid/man. Because I'm already one of those things.
I don't think you understand how this
Dummy
works.
dumb.
No, it's pretty clear.
I don't know what I'd like. I'm scared of the ocean, but I want to have a tail.
Okay, so I went to this website to try and find the answer. And the would you rather it gives me, it shows the percents.
Okay.
The options are, would you rather cure cancer or make first contact with an alien race? 29% of people would rather make first contact with an alien race than cure cancer.
Oh boy. Oh boy. That definitely all of those people have never had like their lives touched by cancer in any way. At all.
Also, you're assuming the alien race will be friendly or good in some way? You know who didn't like being the first person to meet an alien race? The guy from the movie Alien, who has an alien jump out of his stomach.
Also, anyone with cancer. They'd be like, I have cancer, and now aliens too? Come on.
That's too many things.
The only way that would be good is if the aliens had a cure for cancer.
That was the stipulation, was that the aliens would not cure cancer.
Are you serious?
Because that would,
That was a stipulation.
it said it at the bottom. It was like, the alien race will not cure
That is
cancer.
incredible. They covered all their bases.
Yeah, and still 30%.
That's crazy.
I'm disappointed. People
Maybe those people are just really lonely.
could be.
Oh.
Could be.
See, we've got the interesting perspective coming from the lonely cat.
And that does it for this episode of WePod.
It kind of does. We've gotten through that segment. Now comes probably like the segment that we've never like officially brought up before, but the one that has been the most consistent and the one that has been on every episode since the beginning. It's the part where we review this podcast before it's edited and before it's uploaded. We just say things about it. Luke says something like, yeah, this is the worst one that we've ever done, and Emily's like, yeah, this was horrible.
Yeah, this actually was, though. I feel like our quality's
I
gone
agree.
down every time. Our first one was like, this could be okay. And the second one was like, yeah, we're kind of doing something. The third one was like, okay.
It's like,
We
we're
can
getting
get
worse.
back. And the fourth one was like, okay, guys, what are you doing? And this one's like,
This one was just horrendous.
I feel like they were all the same. I feel like they were just all bad.
Yeah, I think this one was the worst. I think it got derailed when you took my suggestions for topics too seriously.
yeah, Ryan does that. He tries to follow this plan.
Yeah.
I don't follow a plan. You know, my life is free form jazz. I can adapt to anything.
Raise your hand if you didn't start this segment by listing off exactly what it was according to a plan. Three of us just raised our hands.
I wasn't planning on you to say that. I don't know what to do. So yeah, I just think this this is a terrible episode.
Oh, I think it's equal to all the others.
Okay, I don't remember how we used to do outros.
Emily would just say it's over, and then you'd laugh, and music would start playing.
That is so true. Because we'd always just keep talking until Emily got frustrated, and then she would say something and leave. And it'd always be so abrupt that I would laugh at it. So, Emily, do you want to close out this podcast?
Yep. All right. See you next week, everybody. Bye.
There you go.
That was good. That's not
Our best ending for our worst episode.
not even funny.
Oh, you want it to be funny?
Can you do that on cue?
We sort of set you up for it. Pressure's on.
I had a burp coming, but it's gone.
See, that's it. That's perfect.